everyone, this is Palak Vadaria from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the subject that is network theory, and in network theory we will discuss the topic that is Laplace transform analysis part 2. In part 1 we have discussed how we can represent our circuit elements that is R, L and C in Laplace domain. Because the Laplace is what is a frequency domain analysis technique. And then we have discussed how our circuit element will behave in initial condition as well as in final condition. And sometimes the final condition that is referred as a what is a steady state condition. Now based on that we will discuss how we can solve the example. Okay, that is using the Laplace transform analysis. So let's discuss one example, that is determine the voltage across the capacitor in series RLC circuit as given in figure. If the value of resistor that is R that equal to 400 ohm, that is using Laplace transform method. Here we have a one series RLC circuit and then we want to find out the current, that is loop current I of t using the Laplace transform method. See here, if you use the simple analysis, then what will happen? You just write the equation, that is u of t that equal to r into I of t plus L di by dt plus 1 by c integration of I dt. So at that time what will happen? The first R into I, that means current I, that is as it is. But when you write the voltage down across the inductor, at that time the term that is di by dt is present. And when you write the voltage drop across the capacitor, at that time the term that is 1 by c integration of I dt. So one time I as it is, then derivation of I, then integration of I, then it is very difficult to find out the current I of t, right? So that's why we are using the Laplace transform. As we discussed in our earlier session, that is the Laplace transform, first we will convert the given diagram into the S domain. And then we will take the inverse Laplace. So from we will convert our answer in S domain to what? It's a time domain. It's just like that if you want to multiply a too big number, then multiplication is difficult. But when we say if you want to add two big number, then you can easily say that yes, addition is simple than the multiplication. So how you can convert the multiplication into the addition? That is by using the log. Okay, if you take the logarithm of that two number, then simply what you have to do, you have to add that two number and then take the inverse Laplace. So it will convert into the what? Laplace into the time domain. Now here our first step, see I am just writing here. First of all we have to convert this diagram into the Laplace, right? So here, what is the Laplace of u of t? U of t what? It's a unit function. U of t, that means what is a unit function? And the Laplace of unit function is what? Is a 1 by s. Then the resistor that is as it is. We know that the resistor is behave as it is when we draw in a S domain. Now inductor that is converted into the LS. LS matlab that is 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 into S. Okay. And capacitor, that is what? It's a 1 by CS. That is 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. Because the value of capacitor is what? It's a 1 microfarad. And then like this. See here I have not drawn any series voltage source, right? Because we know that when we draw the inductor in a S domain, what will happen? First of all, we have to we have to draw this inductor Ls, and then we have to draw a one series voltage source. That is what is a negative, positive, Li0 minus or plus. But as such, there is no switching condition. Here, we do not have any switch. So we have to consider the initial conditions are 0. So the value of that I0 plus, that we have to consider that as a 0. Similarly, when we draw this capacitor in a S domain, what will happen? Here we have a series voltage source, that is plus minus, and the value of that voltage source is what? Is a Vc0 plus divided by S. But we know that as such, there is no switching condition. So the initial voltage that is present across the capacitor, that is 0. When the voltage is 0, that means what is a short circuit. That's why here in this particular diagram, the initial conditions are 0. That is I0 plus that equal to 0 ampere, Vc0 plus that equal to 0 volt. So we are not drawing that voltage source. So our diagram is simple like this, and here the current is what? It's a I of S. Now, when you want to write down this equation, then I of S will become what? It's a voltage divided by these three elements, because these three are connected in a series. So what we have? 1 by S upon R. But the value of R that is given to us, that is what? It's a 400 ohm. So instead of R, what we can consider? This is what? It's a 400 ohm. So 400 plus 10 raised to minus 2 into S, because 10 into 10 raised to minus 3, that will become what? It's a 10 raised to minus 2 plus 10 raised to 6 divided by S. Just take the LCM. So 1 by S. Then here we have a 10 raised to minus 2 S square plus 400S plus 10 raised to 6. If I want, divide it by what? It's the S. Now this S and S will cancel out. And if I want only S square, then I have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 10 raised to plus 2. So the value of I of S, that will become 1 upon S square plus 4 into 10 raised to 4S plus 10 raised to 8. Okay, here see, it is what is a 400. And again you are just multiplying this 400 with the 100. So this is what is a 4 into 10 raised to 4S. And 10 raised to 6 multiplied by 100. That will become 10 raised to 8. So this is what? It's a current equation. But that is in a S domain. But what we want to find out? We want to find out the voltage drop across the capacitor. So we have to multiply this current with the capacitor, and capacitor is what? Because now it's a what is a transform of impedance. So our capacitor simply behave like a resistor. So you have to multiply this I of S with 10 raised to plus 6 divided by S. Let's see this here. Voltage drop across capacitor, that is Vc of S. As I said, I have to multiply this with the capacitor of 1 microfarad. So this will become what? 10 raised to 6 by S multiply by 10 raised to 2 upon S square plus 4 into 10 raised to 4S plus 10 raised to 8. Alright. Now what we want to do? We want to take the inverse Laplace of this function. Okay. But as such, there is no direct formula that will give you the direct inverse Laplace. So which method here we have to use? That is partial fraction. Okay, that is what A upon S, and here we have a S square. That means we have to use BS plus C, if you remember. See, after this step, if you want to use any other method, that is other than the partial fraction, then after you can use that method to find out the value of Vc of S. Here I am using the partial fraction. So what will happen? It's a divided by s plus bs plus c divided by s square plus 4 into 10 raised to 4s plus 10 raised to 8. Now just solve it. Here in a numerator, what we have? We have a 10 raised to 8. Now cross multiplication. So what we get? A square plus 4 into 10 raised to 4 as plus 10 raised to 8a plus bs square plus cs. Now s square common. So here what we get? See here two term that is having a s square. So you just take the s square common. So here what we have? A plus b plus here you just make the common. That is what? It's a s. So what we have? 4 into 10 raised to 4a plus c into s. And the remaining term, that is what? Is a 10 raised to 8a. Now you just compare the coefficient. That means, see here, the 10 raised to 8. And here what we have? That is 10 raised to 8 into a. So the value of a, that will become what? It's a 1. Here a plus b, right hand side. But the left hand side, we do not have any term that is related to s square. So what we will do? A plus b, that equal to 0. Now you just substitute the value of a, that equal to 1. So the value of b, that is become what? It's a minus 1. Now here you just compare this term. That is what? It's a 4 into 10 raised to 4a plus c, that equal to 0. You just substitute a equal to 1. Then the c will become minus 4 into 10 raised to 4. So this is the value of a, b and c, that is using the partial fraction. Just substitute this value in this equation. So our VCS is become a upon s plus minus 1 into s minus 4 into 10 raised to 4 upon s square plus 4 into 10 raised to 4s plus 10 raised to 8. So this is the equation of VC of s. Now again, see, we know the inverse Laplace of 1 by s. That is what is the 1. But here as such, we do not have any direct formula to find out the inverse Laplace of this function. Okay. So here, in the next slide, see, this is VC of s. Now here, what we have to do? This I am just taking minus common. So here in a numerator, this is s plus 4 into 10 raised to 4 because minus is common. Now in the denominator, see, this will become my first term. This will become my second term. So you just recall the equation, that is a plus b whole square. That equal to what? It's a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here my first term is a square. My second term is what? Is a 4 into 10 raised to 4s. So my third term, last term, that will become what? 4 into 10 raised to 8. Okay. So this will become what? Is a square plus 2ab plus b square. But actually what I have only 10 raised to 8. But instead of that, I have written what? 4 into 10 raised to 8. So to compensate that, what I have to use? Minus 3 into 10 raised to power 8. So this will become 1 upon s minus, see here I am just not writing the numerator first, you just write the denominator, that is s plus 2 into 10 raised to power 4 whole square minus, here you just write down like this, 10 raised to power 4 whole square. Now if you remember, this is like a plus s plus a whole square minus omega square. This is something like e raised to minus at sine or cos hyperbolic omega t. So here in a numerator, if we have a term that is like 2 into 10 raised to 4, then easily we can say that it is the inverse of what? It's e raised to minus at cos hyperbolic omega t. But instead of 2 into 10 raised to 4, what I have? 4 into 10 raised to 4. So I'm just writing 2 into 10 raised to 4. I'm just considering this as a first bracket and this term as it is. Now just separate the denominator. So what you have here? 1 by s as it is. Now this term, that is s plus 2 into 10 raised to power 4 divided by s plus 2 into 10 raised to power 4 whole square minus root 3 into 10 raised to power 4 square. And then I'm just writing plus, here what I require, this is constant 2 into 10 raised to power 4. But if I have root 3 into 10 raised to power 4 divided by, this is what? It's s plus 2 into 10 raised to power this, then root 3 into 10 raised to power 4 whole square. Then we can see that this is what? It's the inverse of sine. But instead of root 3, what I have? 2. Then simply you just multiply this with the 2 and divide with this root 3. So what will happen? This root 3 is cancelled out. So in a numerator what you have? That is 2 into 10 raised to power 4. Now by looking this, you can easily write down the inverse Laplace. Okay. So I am writing here, now take the inverse Laplace transform. So what we have? Instead of Vc of s, here we have a Vc of t. And the inverse of 1 by s, that is what? It's a 1. Then minus sign. Here the inverse of this term is what? You just recall the formula, that is e raised to minus at cos hyperbolic omega t. That already we have studied in a Laplace transform analysis part 1. In that I have discussed some standard formula and then Laplace of that. So here the Laplace is what? E raised to minus at. My a is what? It's a minus 2 into 10 raised to 40. And cos hyperbolic omega root 3 into 10 raised to 40. Alright. Then again this minus will multiply with the plus. So what will that will give you the minus sign. So 2 by root 3 is what? Is a constant. Okay. Then here this is the inverse of what we can say, that it's a e raised to minus at sine hyperbolic omega t. So here what we have? That is e raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to 40. Then sine hyperbolic root 3 into 10 raised to 40. And this is what? It's a voltage. So the unit is what? It's a volt. So this is the voltage drop across the capacitor, that is using the Laplace transform method. So whenever any example that you want to solve using the Laplace transform, so first you have to convert that particular diagram into the Laplace, and then you just write down the equation of voltage and current based on the question. Here my requirement is what? That is to find out the voltage drop across the capacitor. So for that equation is what? I have to multiply this capacitance with the what? Current. So in a first, I'll just find out the value of current I of s. And then simply I just multiply that I of s with 10 raised to 6 divided by s. And then just do the simplification and find out the inverse Laplace. So I hope this session is clear. Thank you.